Hello again, and welcome to Santa's Workshop with Lori and Kim. For our last craft of the day, if you're doing these in a particular order, we're going to use a little motor to make a Rudolph, and Rudolph is going to dance. So, just to show you kind of what it's going to be like at the end. So this is kind of noisy, so get ready. Okay, so we're going to make one of these. This is another circuit. We've learned a little bit about circuits today. If you were on the card video. So this is another circuit, a different circuit. And so let's get ready to make our Rudolph. Okay, so in your cup, you have everything you need. So there's going to be a little card, and your antlers are going to be on that. You're going to have 4 popsicle sticks. You're going to have 2 pieces of wire. You'll notice that some of the kits are going to have wire that are different colors and some are same colors. It doesn't matter. As long as you have 2 pieces with the ends stripped, that's what you need. Okay? Then there's going to be a battery, just a AA, a red pom-pom, a toy motor. That's what this is. It's a little toy motor, and it has a little shaft down here. You're going to have 2 googly eyes.
Big eyes.
Big eyes. And an eraser. Okay? All right, and a cup, of course. So, first what we are going to do is we are going to glue the legs onto Rudolph. So these 4 popsicle sticks are going to serve as your legs, okay? And you're going to glue them to the inside of the cup, okay? And you're just going to kind of eyeball it. Honestly, if they aren't exactly even, that's okay. Rudolph's just going to kind of jump around a little differently. So don't worry. I mean, they need to be kind of evenly spaced, but you can just eyeball it. You don't have to measure this. Okay? So what you're going to do, once more, we think that hot glue works best for this particular situation. However, if you wanted to try another kind of glue, you're welcome to do so. It just may not stick like this one sticks. So get your hot glue out.
And again, please have an adult help you or an older sibling.
Yes. Okay. So just kind of towards the top of one of the sticks, you're going to put a little strip of glue like that. I started right here. Okay. And then you're going to glue it on. See, left kind of part of it out. Okay.
You're going to continue that with the other 3 legs.
All 4 legs. And if you need an adult to help you with the spacing, that would probably be good. Okay, so see, they're across from each other and about the same height. Yeah. Leg number 3.
Okay. Leg number 4. Once you're done with this project, if you really like it, in the 4-H program, we have a project called Robotics, where you can build a robot out of using common household items.
So if you've liked all of the projects we've done today, we really think that you would like 4-H because there's opportunities to do robotics, there's opportunities to do electricity, there's opportunities for crafts.
Pretty much anything you can think of.
There's probably a project for it, and we would love to have you.
Okay, so.
Yep, mine's a little bit crooked, but that's okay because he's just going to dance around a little bit.
It's okay.
Yep. Okay, So next what you're going to do is you're going to take your antler cards and you're going to cut them out, and make sure you cut out the little white part at the bottom too, because that's how you're going to fold it. So you need to pause this video, go ahead and do so, because Lori and I, for the sake of time, have already cut out our antlers. Okay, so go ahead and pause and cut out your antlers. Okay, so now that you have that done, so right where the white part is at the bottom, you're going to bend that down and make a little flap. Does everyone see?
Like so.
Like so, like that. Okay, then you'll do the other one. And these little flaps are how you're going to glue your antlers to your cup. Okay, and then they're going to stand up like that. Okay, so once you've got them done, go ahead and glue your antlers on, and you can glue them either way with the, I'm going to do like that. Kind of do it towards the front of the cup, because you're going to need the space in the center and the back of the cup for your battery and your motor.
Again, you can use Elmer's glue to do this, or possibly rubber cement. We just have found that it just sticks a lot quicker with glue, with hot glue.
So I'll kind of show you my cup. So see how there's still all of this space left here? That's how it needs to look in order for you to have room for all of the rest of the components of the robot. Okay, so we've got our antlers on. Okay, so now you're going to take your AA battery, okay, and you're going to just put a string of glue from one end to the other. Okay. And now right behind your antlers is where you're going to glue it. Okay. All right, now that's kind of cooled off. Okay, so now you're going to take the toy motor. And there is a little shaft up at the top, and that's where we're going to glue our eraser. Now you're probably wondering, why am I gluing an eraser to a toy motor? Well, if this toy motor were to be turned on right now, it would this little shaft would just spin, okay? And it's not gonna do anything. But if you glue this eraser on, it's going to basically throw the motor off kilter, okay? And so that's what makes this one dance. If it were just the toy motor, it would it wouldn't go anywhere, it would just spin. But since we have the eraser on, it moves around. Okay, so that's why we're gluing the eraser onto the toy motor. So you're just going, I need a new glue stick, so hang on. Okay, so you're just going to take a little dab of glue and put it on the shaft here. Okay. Okay, so now you're going to put the eraser on. Now, make sure that where the shaft meets the motor, that there is space. Do you guys see that space there? That's important. You don't want to glue right at the base of the motor, because we want this to be free to be able to spin. So now that that's glued on, I like to put another dab on the other side and just kind of spread it around. Okay? So that's what it's going to look like.
Oops, I'm having eraser challenges.
Okay, so we're going to let Lori, no, it's all good. We're going to let Lori get it
under control.
Yep.
I got to peel off that other glue and start over. Okay. Okay, that's all good.
Still a little tacky, that's all right. Okay, so see, now mine's dry. And it spins freely, and that's what you want to see. Okay.
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 Just gotta let mine dry.
Yep. Lori's gonna let hers dry, and I'm gonna tell you what we're gonna do next. Okay, so at the other end of the motor, there are two flaps, and they have little holes in them. I think this is copper too. Okay. So you're gonna kind of bend these flaps out. Okay, so that they're facing out a little. And you're going to take your 2 pieces of wire. Okay? And you're going to put one, either end, it doesn't matter, through that hole in that copper flap at the top. Okay? Then you're going to, so now that it's through, hope you guys can see, then you're going to bend it over and twist it on. Okay, so now it's hanging off like that. Okay, now you're going to take your other piece of wire and do the same thing in the other flap.
And by the way, yes, that was our telephone ringing. Sorry. We're actually at our office.
Okay, and then wrap it around and make sure it's wrapped pretty tightly, but don't do it too tight because the flap may break. So make sure that the connection is good, but it doesn't have to be super tight. So you see how it's kind of twisted around? That's what you want to see there. Okay. Lori, is yours done?
Yep.
Okay, we need our cups again. So you are going to put a dab of glue on one side of the toy motor. I'm in one of the short sides too, not here, but here. Okay.
The rounded side, not the flat side?
Yes, the rounded side, not the flat side. Very good. So you're going to put a little dab of glue. Okay. Now the eraser is going to hang off the end of your cup. So you're going to take this and glue it just like that.
Yeah, I waited too long. My glue dried.
Okay, so we're going to let that kind of cool for a second. Okay,
I caught up.
So we've got our motors glued on. Okay, so now we are going to turn back to the front of our cup where the antlers are, and we are going to make our face. So we learned yesterday that these googly eyes have adhesive on them. So you can do one of two things. You can either peel off the adhesive and stick them on your cup, or you can use the glue gun and stick them on.
I'm peeling it off.
I'm attempting to peel.
Kind of tricky. Kind of tricky.
And if you peel it off and stick and it doesn't stay stuck, just glue it. So I've got one eyeball. Let's move it over a little.
Okay, I got both of my eyeballs on. Yeah, it's kind of tricky peeling, but I think they're going to hold pretty good. Definitely either peel it off and stick it or use hot glue, because Elmer's glue will not work at all.
We learned what Elmer's glue will and will not do. Yes. Oh no. Okay. 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 So now you're going to take your nose, Rudolph's nose, and you're going to either put a dab of glue on the pom-pom or on your cup, either way. I'm going to put a dab of glue on my pom-pom and then stick it on. So now you probably want to take a marker and you can draw on a mouth. On our original Rudolph, we just did a little smiley face. It's kind of hard because it's bumpy. Just kind of color in a little smiley face there. Okay, so our Rudolph is basically done at this point. So in order to complete our circuit, these two pieces of wire are going to connect to both ends of the battery. So I'm going to try this and see if it works. Do you hear that? That means it's working. Ah, Lori's working too. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to take a little piece of scotch tape. It doesn't have to be very big. Okay, you're going to tape I think it's the negative end of the battery, the flat end of the battery without the bump. You're going to tape this end of that wire to the battery. Okay, do you see how the bare wire is touching that end? Okay, that's what we want to see. Okay, so we're going to leave that one there. Okay, so now the other one still works. So in order to not have to hold, because if you want it to be, your motor to run, this has to be touching it, but we don't want to have to hold it all the time. So this is going to be more of a temporary tape situation. Okay, you're going to put another piece of tape on the other end of the battery, and whenever you're ready to make your reindeer run, you're going to tape it down so that you don't have to hold it. Well, okay, so now you can see what happens without the eraser. So Lori's eraser, her reindeer was being very, very active and the eraser flew off. But without the eraser, it just kind of does that. Can you guys hear it? But it won't go anywhere. So that's what the eraser is for. Okay, so that completes our reindeer circuit project. And go show all of your friends. It's pretty cool. And we want to say thank you for being with us today and going through these different projects with us.
Hope you enjoyed yourself, and we will see you later.
Yeah, if you have any questions about 4-H, you can either email myself or Lori. My email is kim.peters@colostate.edu, and Lori's is lori.arnold@colostate.edu. And if you look at the paper that came with your kit that has all of the links to these YouTube videos, we will also have our email addresses there. So if you guys have any questions about 4-H, we would love to answer them. And if you decide you'd like to join, we would love to have you. So thanks for joining us at this year's Santa's Workshop.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.